Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. I am your boy BigAL, joined as always by my brother MattyBets. Matt, how are you doing this fine evening?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just living life, loving it, winning money, losing money. I mean, it's kind of a back and forth, but we're positive, and that's all that matters. Like we can lose as many bets as we want to, as long as we're still hitting that magic number that we want, which is around a little higher than 50%, which we've been averaging all year. So, it's great for the channel, great for us, great for the pocketbooks. Bad for the books, but that's what we do here. We beat the book. So I'm in a great mood, ready to jump into this game for Monday Night Football, Week 12. What say you?
I'm with you, dude. I like the way you said that. Beating the book. That's what we do here. Ravens Chargers should be a fun game. The Harbaugh brothers. Man, I don't. It's Ravens at Chargers, so they're traveling across the country to LA. How do you see this one going, Matt? How do you see it going?
Well, over here on FanDuel, if you guys don't know this, if it's your first time here, I use FanDuel. BigAl's over there on DraftKings, so we do get a little bit of line changes sometimes. I'm not sure how this one's going to be, but I got Ravens -3 on the road against the Chargers, and the over/under set at 50.5. I like the under in this game. As we know, both these coaches really pound defense. Ravens more so are an offensive powerhouse than I would say that the Chargers are. Chargers have looked good the past couple weeks. Offense seems to be clicking a little bit more. It seems like it keeps ramping up every week. So, gonna hope that kind of continues, but still isn't on the Ravens level. And I really like the under here at 50 points. 50 points is a lot of points, and I think the book kind of set it there because there's upside to both teams. But as we know, the Chargers defense is pretty good, just like the Ravens defense is pretty good. I could see it being kind of like when an older brother and a younger brother get into like a little skirmish, a little wrestle. We've done it multiple times. Kind of slow going, and then it kind of has this build up, and then kind of fizzles out. So that's what I kind of expect from this game. I think there's gonna be a lot of hype behind it because it is brothers matching up as coaches. Uh, I think Chargers coach is gonna want some revenge for how the Super Bowl went last time they played against each other. Uh, but I don't see any of these teams really beating up the other team and blowing them out of the water. So yeah, give me the Ravens here -3 to win the game, uh, and then yeah to win by 3 with Justin Tucker, even though he's looked terrible this year. Uh, and
Mm-hmm.
then give me the under here and kind of just like a slow pounding game where it's kind of just a lot of running, clock's going to run off, and there you go. I think it'll be kind of boring. I think it'll be a good, exciting game, but I think the scoring, touchdown, stuff like that will be boring. A lot of field goals, couple touchdowns. There you go. That's how I see this game going. How about you?
Okay. Yeah. So I'm with you on the Ravens. I'm on the Ravens all. It's hard for me. The reason I'm going to take the Ravens, they're coming off their first loss in quite a few weeks, and so I think they're going to be out for blood, and they're just going to destroy these guys. And I like the Chargers. They're playing, like you said, they're playing way better ball. They have a good defense. I am going to take the over here. We saw the Chargers. They scored 21 quickly on the Bengals, and then this game sort of slowed down. Bengals came back. Um, the Ravens they've been able to go score just as many as the Bengals. So if the Bengals can do that to the Chargers and hit it over for us, why can't the Ravens? And the Ravens are susceptible in their secondary. Herbert ended up having to throw a lot in that game to get them back to tie it with the Bengals, and then he ended up throwing it to win the game. So I like Herbert to actually end up having kind of a bigger game, and I think we get this over. And I think just at the end of the day, it's not enough points. It is 2.5 over on DraftKings, and the over under set at 51, not the 50.5. So I like the over, and I do like the -2.5 with the Ravens.
Okay. We've seen that a lot with books where it's like you kind of get half a point here and a half a point there. It's not like, oh, the over under is the same and then the spread changes. It's normally like, yeah, a little bit of the spread, like you said, they're 2.5, and then the
Mm-hmm.
over under is set at 51. So the books kind of all have the same numbers that they play off of, but they can, I think they have room to like move it a little bit as they see fit. So yeah, a little
Oh,
interesting there,
absolutely.
but yeah, definitely we're definitely on different sides of this coin besides the winner of the game outright. But
Right.
um, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I could see it being a barely an over, barely an under. So I don't mind your pick for going, over the 50.5. I'm not gonna like fault you for it or anything. But yeah, there you go. There you have it for that. 4 pick parlays. You ready?
Yeah, I like it.
All right, cool. I'll start with mine. If you guys don't know, first time to the channel, that's okay. We forgive you. Should have been here week one, but it's never too late to start beating the book. Uh, we take
It's true.
four props from the game that we like a lot. We throw them all into a parlay. there you go. Like we said, it's pretty simple. 4-pick parlay, and we give you the odds of what it pays out. We aim anywhere from 500 to about a 1500. Those are kind of like the higher ones. We don't tend to go that high, but we'll see. Maybe we have one today from your boy BigAL, who normally comes with the big juicy payouts. But I'll go with mine. We got J.K. Dobbins at his line over 66.5 rushing and receiving yards. Like I said, I just think there's going to be a lot of running the football in this game. And then obviously you got screenplays to running backs. Those plays will never die. You got Lamar Jackson over his line at 43.5 rushing yards. I think Lamar's going to have to do a lot with his legs just because I talked about that Chargers defense is good. I think they're going to try to cover all the receivers and kind of focus more on the receivers and stopping Derrick Henry. Kind of forget about Lamar a little bit. Then we got Mark Andrews over 33.5 receiving yards. And then finally, Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. And that parlay pays out plus 921.
921.
921.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a little juicy. I threw Derrick Henry on there, and Derrick Henry's like a minus 200 or something, and it still juiced up the parlay like a ton. And I was like, this is weird, but I'll take it.
So you have JK 60.5 rushing?
60.5 rushing and receiving. Or 66.5.
Oh, 66.5. And then Lamar was at 43.5 rushing.
Yep.
And then Andrews at 33.5 receiving.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, mine's not quite as good as yours. Mine's actually the lowest one I think I've made all season. I'm just under 500. So this pays out plus 490.
Okay. First time I think that we've had something like that.
I think first one under 500 on this. Yeah. I've got 60 plus receiving yards for Ladd McConkey, 50 plus receiving yards for Zay Flowers, 40 plus rushing yards for Lamar Jackson. If you guys are new to the channel, he's done it literally every game except for one. And then I also have Derrick Henry anytime touchdown just because it's the king.
Whoa.
He's going to lock all year. And, we're looking for hits here, We're not trying to look for these crazy plus 900s like Matt's got. So, 60 plus for Ladd, 50 plus for Zay Flowers, Henry anytime touchdown, and Lamar Jackson 40 plus rushing. That's my 4-pick parlay that pays out plus 490.
Nice. I mean, I will say it's a little low. I kind of expected it to be a little bit better, but I just feel like it should be a little bit better with those numbers that you have there. I mean,
yeah,
I guess I'm
bet
getting more than you. Oh, go ahead.
If you put that in on your side on FanDuel, I bet you it pays out probably closer to like 550, 600.
Do you know the odds that you're getting on Derrick Henry touchdown?
Minus 230.
Okay.
Or 320 actually. 320.
Okay, that's why. There we go. We found it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, if you put in that same parlay, you're probably going to be at like a plus 7, maybe a plus 600. So, because Derrick Henry for me is only minus 210. So,
right,
320 is crazy.
I mean, listen, the DraftKings isn't trying to just give money away,
Yeah, FanDuel is. FanDuel's like, hey, take our money. That's fine. We don't mind. And I'm like, hey, I'll take all of it. I don't care.
Well, because they know they got the degenerates like you over there making 17-leg touchdown scores, not single betting. And so they're like, yeah, we'll give better odds. So people just like drop the truck of money on us.
Okay, it's 8 touchdowns for Sunday. Relax. Okay, it was 8 touchdowns yesterday.
DraftKings is where the serious gamblers go, and so they're like, we got to bump these numbers. They need to be way higher. Like, needs to be a premium. We don't even want people betting it. So, all right, let's hop into touchdown scores, Matt. What do you got for me?
That's gnarly. I don't even know if I want to continue the video. Gosh, I'm not doing this one for you. I'm doing this for you guys. Okay, you guys are here to glean from us. I'm not doing it for him. Not the rest of this video. This one's just for you guys. First off, like we both agree on this one. Obviously, it's Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. Kind of a no-brainer. He is the king. Yeah. Minus 210, like we already talked about. Then we got Ladd McConkey plus 145. Love Ladd McConkey in this Chargers offense. I've actually been on him kind of all year. Like, and I don't watch college football. I don't, but I saw him in the preseason. I was like, I like this guy, and I think it's just his name. I like his name, McConkey. Then we got Mark Andrews anytime touchdown, and Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown. As we know, Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson kind of like Saquon and Jalen Hurts. Little different level of that, but kind of very similar in the fact they have games all year where they both get touchdowns. So I like the Lamar, Derrick Henry. Mark Andrews is just the Mr. Reliable over there too. He started the season off really slow, kind of sucked, didn't really do anything. And then past like 3-4 weeks, it's like, oh, Mark Andrews is actually on the Ravens now. So whatever, is what it is. But yeah, good old McConkey. He should be able to score for us there. McConkey's plus 145. Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson are both at the same at 210. So
plus 210?
Yeah, plus 210 for both of them.
Okay. Yeah. So I have two of the same you have. I have Lad McConkey. He's plus 140 over on DraftKings, so pretty close. And then I've got Derrick Henry at the minus 320. And then I have Quentin Johnston at plus 195. He did score last week, and I had him. And so I just he's sneaky. He's a sneaky, shifty guy that somehow just gets open. And so far, Herbert's been able to find him in certain situations. So I like him in a big game like this. I think Johnson's probably going to be a guy I think down the stretch here that becomes more of a factor. But right now you're getting plus 195 on him, so it feels like good value.
Yeah, and like you said, you just hit on him. So yeah, double down, see what happens. It doesn't hurt to take that money
And
that you won last week on him and be like, hey, let me just throw it back on again. Because even if it doesn't hit, I'll still get my money back. Like I still
right,
won the
and
week before.
right, and on top of that, like the Ravens' defense is number 2 against the run, so I'm not gonna take Dobbins, even though Dobbins is like, I think he was the second favorite on DraftKings for touchdown, but I'm not gonna trust that in this game. So give me receivers.
Yeah, neither of us did. We liked Derrick Henry for the Ravens, and then yeah, we did not take McConkey or not McConkey, but Dobbins. Yeah, I just think
Right,
it's going to be
just couldn't
tougher for
trust it.
Dobbins. I could see them going for it 3 times on the 1 yard line and not getting it, and then fourth down throwing it. So that's just where I'm at with it. I like it too. Like it's called ex college coach coming up from college, coming to the pros. He likes doing that kind of stuff. That's what they do in college. They don't just run it at the 1 yard line. They do like weird plays. They like to switch it up, do like nice little slants at the end zone. I love it. So I like the passing volume in this offense for sure.
I think it would be hilarious though, if Gus
Dobbins
Edwards
has
and Jake Dobbins both get touchdowns because Jim Harbaugh's like, "Hey, John, your old guys, I snagged them. They're just gonna score on you real quick."
Yeah, it could be. I mean, and also, I mean, what better way to stick it to your brother than just being like, "Hey, you guys do one thing well. Guess what? We're gonna do that better. You're gonna stop in the run. We're gonna run all over you." So we'll see. It should be a
And
really
we're
good,
gonna do it
interesting matchup.
right, and we're gonna do it with guys that were just on your team last year.
Yeah, that you didn't think were good enough for your team anymore.
Right, and then John's gonna be like, "Well, I have Derrick Henry, so like I didn't need him." Like,
Well, yeah, I can Derrick Henry will have 3 touchdowns, and we'll just be sitting here like, why don't we ever bet Derrick Henry 2 touchdowns? Like in a game that means a lot. Like, of course, Derrick Henry would
right,
be the guy to score 3 touchdowns. Like,
right,
mhm.
yeah. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys made money this week. We made some money as well. So yeah, just we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Matt, you got anything else to say to the fine people before we bounce on out of here and continue with the rest of our evening?
Only thing I'll say is what we always say: protect the bag, beat the boat, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.